Now, if you're working towards skills like press, handstand, and planche positions, we want to learn how to transfer weight from the feet to the hands efficiently and with confidence. Now, the way we build that confidence, strength, and conditioning is to just play with different variations of the transfer. So I'm going to go into this position. I've got 100% of weight in my feet. I'm then going to transfer weight to my hands, and then I'm going to come back again. So that makes sense to everyone. The further I go in this direction, the more weight I have in my feet. The further I go in this direction, the more weight I have in my hands. Now what we don't want to do is, as we go into that direction, we don't want to collapse. So going to some positions that we're comfortable with is beneficial. So if we already have confidence in, say, a crow or a frog position, I can transfer weight from the feet, come forwards into that crow or frog position, lift the toes off, and then just push back to that position again. Now I could do exactly the same thing, go into a crane position. So now arms stay straight, lift the toes up. If I'm more comfortable in a bent arm position, I might come down to like a headstand position, lift the feet up, and then come back, push back into that position. If I'm specifically working for the straight arm press handstand, we could do the press floats or the float hopping type movement that I'm a big fan of. So you start back here all the way in the feet. I'm going to come forwards up onto tiptoes, and then I'm just going to float my feet forwards. Up onto tiptoes, float the feet forwards. Now if that's too hard, I can just add a jump into that. So I can come forwards onto tiptoes as much as I can, little jump, up and forwards. Little jump, up and forwards. You could combine those drills. So I could go up onto tiptoes to the point I'm going to float, but instead of floating and bringing the feet forwards, I float and come into a crow. I float and go into a crane. If I have it, I could float and go into a planche. Now, if you can't do the float yet, but you're nice and strong with this version, with the toes on the floor, you could go to single leg. So exactly the same movement. I transfer weight forwards, I go onto one leg, and then I come into that crow position and back out again on one. I could go up to that position, float with one leg, float with the other leg, and then come back again. I could do the same coming down to that headstand position, float with one, and back. Now, if you're lacking in strength and confidence to take weight forwards onto the hands, just maybe because you're newer to this or haven't spent much time with this type of drills, then a cool one to play with is just the transfer of weight from the squat position into the hands, take the head and shoulders down, but I keep weight in my toes. I could go to that single leg version, and then I just push back again. And then over time, I'm going to build more strength, confidence in the hands and the shoulders, start to lift the toes up a little bit, come back again. But whichever calisthenics skills you're working towards, I'd highly recommend you have a play with that weight transfer. Lots of different leg positions. So whether it's in a squatty position and coming forwards, whether it's in a straight leg position and coming forwards. And also mix up all the different variations of the arm balances or strength drills that you're moving into. Let me know if you have any questions with this one down in the comments. Thumbs up and subscribe would be appreciated. If you're after coaching, check out my app or my website, links down in the description. I'll speak to you in the next one.